Okay, so now that we're done reading chapter 5 and 6, it's time for us to contrast what happened. Now, as I mentioned before with plot, part of plot is the problem at the beginning and then how it's solved at the end. So we're going to be talking about how it's different in chapter 5 and chapter 6. Let's start with chapter 5. I want to know the problem that Elmer has in chapter 5. So I'm going to go back to my text. Chapter 5 says, "My father meets some tigers." Oh yeah, the title of that chapter title really helps me know what was the problem. He runs into all those tigers. That's the problem. So I'm going to go back. The problem is that Elmer meets a group of hungry tigers. Now I need to know, how does he solve that problem? I'm going to go back to my text again, and now I'm looking. What did he do? The tigers were getting ready to eat him. They were really hungry. Oh yeah! My father looked at those 7 hungry tigers, and then he had an idea. He quickly opened his knapsack and took out the chewing gum. He gives the tigers gum. He tricks them into chewing gum so that he can escape. Okay, so that's what happened in chapter 5. Now I want to look at chapter 6. What problem does Elmer have in chapter 6? I'm asking the same question. I'm going to see if it's different. So moving down to chapter 6. My father meets a rhinoceros. Oh, right. Again, from the chapter title, I remember. His father meets a rhinoceros who is really, really sad. Really, really angry. So going back, the problem that Elmer has, he meets an angry rhinoceros. How does he solve it? Going back to the text. He remembers that he has a tube of toothpaste and a toothbrush. He gives that to the rhinoceros. He gives the rhino a toothbrush and toothpaste to clean his tusk so that he can escape. So now that I have all of this, it's time for me to think, what are the plot differences in chapter 5 and chapter 6? Now, before I go ahead and write my answer, there's something I want to show you. This shows you signal words that you can use when you compare and contrast. Now, we're only thinking about contrasting. That's how things are different. So you're going to want to use words like but, however, while, on the other hand, different, difference, differently. All those signal words tell you, oh, we're talking about things that are different. What happened in chapter 5 is different from what happened in chapter 6. Let me show you. What are the plot differences in chapter 5 and chapter 6? In chapter 5, he meets tigers, but in chapter 6, he meets a rhino. I used the word but because that's one of those words that signals we're contrasting. He solves his problem in chapter 5 by giving them gum. However, there's another one of those words. In chapter 6, he gives the rhino a toothbrush and toothpaste. Looking at this all together, I basically took what happened in chapter 5 and I took what happened in chapter 6 and I put it all into one response. But I used words like but and however to show you here's what happened in chapter 5 and here's what happened in chapter 6. I'm showing you that they're different. I'm contrasting what happened in both chapters.